Hello there and welcome back to another transfer-oriented video on the channel where we're going to go through the latest rumors and reports regarding Manchester United transfer window as of late and what's going on with the players on Man United transfer list. But before we dive into the list of players we want to talk about today, I'm going to give you guys a huge warning because mostly the pieces of info that are surfacing online are an indication of how we have actually failed so far when it comes to the most important summer transfer window in the last 5 years of the club, I would say. It's been a pity because I've been telling you guys for a while how the Glazers are absolutely ruining the summer transfer window just because they want to squeeze more money out of this takeover, which is taking forever, by the way, as if they haven't already messed up the club. Due to the fact that the takeover is not done yet and there is a sense of frustration around the employees, the staff of the club, and even Erik Ten Hag, who by the way we'll talk more in this video, we are losing players left and right. The uncertainty about the ownership of the club is taking its toll on people and the staff, a lot of whom don't know whether they will have a job or they're going to be laid off after this takeover. And when you're uncertain and your heart is not in the right place, obviously you're not going to give it your all. The same can be said about the players Man United has had early negotiations with. Man United is asking players to wait, and that's not ideal because many of Ten Hag's targets are being hijacked. Kim Min-jae is the most noticeable one, for instance. At this point, according to the latest reports, Bayern Munich have hijacked the player with offering more money, and it's a shame. For now, we should consider him a Bayern Munich player unless something drastic happens. Manchester United are considering Alex Disasi if Kim Min-jae joins Bayern Munich, but I've no idea what to think of the player. Usually, it's not the best of news to find out a priority target for your manager has been hijacked, and now you're looking for priorities for that player. Honestly, it wasn't that hard to convince Kim Min-jae, and I thought he could really add a lot to our squad, but I'm interested to know what you guys make of the alternative. Now let's touch on Harry Maguire's latest updates really quick. Manchester United is reportedly considering offering the player on a loan deal to Aston Villa. Reportedly the player is keen to remain at Old Trafford despite falling down the pecking order under manager Erik Ten Hag, but iNews reports that a compromise may see him sent on loan to Villa as the defender bids to play regularly prior to Euro 2024 next summer. He has a lucrative contract that runs until 2025, and it appears a full transfer is at the moment unlikely. Maguire has also been linked to clubs such as Newcastle, Tottenham, and West Ham, which we'll talk about more. Other players who fall into the same category are Declan Rice and Moises Caicedo. When it comes to Declan Rice, a report from Sun surfaced online today where it suggested that the United boss Erik Ten Hag wanted the club to recruit Rice from West Ham in the summer, but due to the delay in the change of ownership, the club are yet to place a bid for the player. As a result, Arsenal is now in pole position and Ten Hag has been left frustrated by the delay. With that being said, I've also seen reports suggesting that Man United could very well go all out on Rice, but it all depends if West Ham accepts either Harry Maguire or Scott McTominay as part of the deal. At this point, despite all of the rumors, I really doubt we could land Declan Rice, but let's see what will happen in the future. Perhaps I'm being too pessimistic here. The same can be said about Moises Caicedo, who is in advanced talks now with Chelsea. I get why Chelsea want to acquire the player. What shocks me though is that Caicedo would rather choose a team that is not in Champions League when the player in his prime than play for Manchester United. What could the reason truly be other than money? Previously we reported to you guys that Erik Ten Hag's budget to buy players at the moment is only £140 million, and I think getting outbid is now one of the reasons that we're losing players as well. By the way, if you're interested to know how the budget can change should Qatar become the new owners of United, make sure to check out this video. Now it's time to talk about goalkeepers and how the situation here is also becoming a disaster. David De Gea is apparently really close to leaving Man United. I know I've been very critical of the goalkeeper and I still stand by what I've said, but I was only okay with De Gea leaving under the circumstance that we acquire a quality goalkeeper in order to replace him. Now, this position, according to the latest reports, has never been a priority for this summer transfer window for Ten Hag, which means that we could end up next season with Dean Henderson as our first goalkeeper. I can't believe I'm even saying that, but despite all the flaws that De Gea has, he's still way better as opposed to Dean Henderson. It would be disastrous if we end up with a player, by the way, no offense to him, I've nothing personal against him, we're just talking about the matter sports-wise. On the bright side though, Jordan Pickford has been linked to the club. Reportedly, Man United is preparing to offer £45 million for Pickford, but I'm really torn on this signing. Do you guys really think Pickford is a better goalkeeper than David De Gea? Definitely let me know. Before we move on, make sure to like the video if you found it informative, guys. Consider subscribing to Always United, where we bring you guys Man United news each and every day. As for Rasmus Hojland, according to The Athletic, Hojland's agents SEG held talks with Atalanta as the club confirmed that his fee in the market would be 100 million euros, which is 85 million pounds approximately. Mark Goldbridge from United Stand recently did a video where he said that his sources can confirm that Manchester United have inquired about the player and hope to land the player for 60 million pounds eventually, but we'll have to wait and see what happens. The 20-year-old is reportedly keen to join United, and further discussions over the player are expected to happen in the near future. The report also details that the forward has already experienced some friction with his current manager, Gianpiero Gasperini, and feels ready for the next step in his career. What is important about Hojland is that he's clearly a traditional number 9 who under Ten Hag's meticulous guidance and development can really shine. With that being said though, right now he's not at the level of Erling Haaland in my opinion, and I'm telling you guys, should he join United, we must not have unreal expectations from the player. He has a long way to go, and Manchester United can be the right club for him to further develop his talents. But at the same time, we should be careful because we don't want another Anthony Martial in the club on our hands. At the same time, an argument can be made on whether Hojland is really able to help us with the lack of goal scoring we experienced last season, which by the way cost us multiple times the matches, as opposed to a player like Harry Kane. I get it, as much as Luke Shaw admits that Harry Kane can make a contender out of us in each and every competition, at this point it is impossible to negotiate with Tottenham. Now, I'm actually mentioning Luke Shaw because in a recent interview he's mentioned that if it were up to him, he would immediately acquire Rice and of course Harry Kane. It is not that shocking, this kind of comment that comes from Luke Shaw, since the players are friends in England national team. Now, of course, I want to add one more thing when it comes to Manchester United Hojland deal. This piece of news has just came in. According to The Express, Manchester United are looking to offer Atalanta Amad Diallo in exchange for Rasmus Hojland. Diallo had a scintillating season at Sunderland and could look to return to his former employees in United's attempt to lower the 86 million pound price tag attached to Hojland. And of course, we'll have to wait and see if this kind of deal will actually go through. Now, last but not least, we told you guys previously that Man United is reportedly preparing a second official bid for Mason Mount. No further updates have been released yet, but I assure you guys we'll bring you one when additional information comes to light. Until then, let us know what you guys think about Manchester United's summer transfer window so far. I, for one, am quite upset and disappointed, guys, but I'm dying to know your thoughts. And let us all hope that this takeover torture with the Glazers actually comes to an end sooner rather than later, so the next time around we can bring you guys more good news when it comes to Man United transfers. Thank you so much for sticking with me until the end of this video. If you're interested to hear more Man United news, here are 2 videos that might pique your interest. But until next time, it's been a pleasure serving you guys.